Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Abdul Kadir and welcome to my YouTube channel. So we are continuing our JavaScript project series, and in this video we will build our own Notes app using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Easy and fun projects, especially if you are starting with the web development. In this Notes app we can add, edit, delete and save notes. We also use this local storage so our notes stay available even after refreshing the page. So you will learn lots of things. We will cover our CRUD functionality. Also, we have a toggle button to switch between light and dark mode. So without wasting any time, let's jump into the VS Code editor. First of all, we have to create the index.html file. Then we have to create the boilerplate. So exclamation and enter, it will create our boilerplate. Now links and external CSS file styles.js that contains the style for this page. After that, links and external JavaScript file to add functionality. Now create a div and give it a class is equal to container, and inside this div we have a header. So header section will display the page title as notes along with the notepad emoji. Also we have to include a button with the ID theme toggle and a moon emoji so that a toggle between lights and dark mode. Now create a div and give it a class is equal to note that input. Inside this div we have the text area where the user types a new node with the placeholder. Type your nodes here. Also a button with the ID add node button to add the new node. Then create a div with the ID is equal to nodes container where nodes will be displayed dynamically using JavaScript. So our HTML part is done now. Now go to the styles.css. So first target all elements applying margin 0 and padding 0 removes default margins and padding. Box sizing border box ensures padding and borders are included with the elements with height. Then we have a font family Arial. Now target the body, sets a light background, and then we have a dark gray text. Also we have a transition smooth changes when switching colors for theme toggling, right? Now for the container class, set the maximum width of 600 pixel, limits the width. Then we have a margin 50 pixel auto, adds vertical space and centers horizontally. Then we have a box shadow, adds a shadow for an elevated look. Now we have a border radius, rounds the corner. For header styling, uses the flex box to align the title and theme toggle between side by side. Justify content space between, pushes theme to opposite ends. Now line item center, margin bottom 20 pixel. Then we have a theme toggle, removes the default background and border, increases font size to 1.5 rem for better visibility. Then we have a cursor pointer, changes the cursor to a hand icon on cover. Now for the note input section, flexbox layout ensures the text area and button are aligned horizontally. Gap 10 pixel, add space between the input elements. For the text area styling, flex 1 makes the text area take available space. Then we have resize, disables resizing. Then adds padding border and round corners. Now target is add node button, padding 10 pixel 20. Then we have a border none, background color. Then we have a colors white and cursor pointer, border radius 5 pixel. And for the hover effect, background as to 18838. Now for the node container class, display flex with flex selection column to stack nodes vertically. Then we have a gap between the nodes is 10 pixel. For the dot node class, we have a padding 10 pixel, border 1 pixel solid, border radius 5 pixel, background color. Then we have a display flex, justify content space between. Then we have align item center. Target the P paragraph. So flex 1 allows the paragraph to use remaining spaces. Then we have a word break word ensures the long text wraps properly, right? Then we have a dot node button, background color. Then after that we have a give it color, text color. border none, padding 5 pixel, 10 pixel, and border radius 5 pixels, cursor pointer for the hover effect, background color C82333. Now for the dark theme styling, body dot dark. Dark theme is activated when the body has the class dark. So they change the background color. Then we have color, body dot dark dot container background color. Then we have a body dot dark text area background color. Then we have a body dot dark dot node background color. Now for the additional node style, dot node button margin left 5 pixel, tag inside nodes preserves the white space between but wrap lines using pre-wrap. So dot node pre white space and word break ensures long words doesn't overflow, right? Then we have a margin 0 and flex 1. So our styling is done now. Now let's add the core functionality using JavaScript to allow adding, deleting, editing, and saving nodes. So for the variable initialization, const add node button, document dot get element by id add node button for adding or updating a node. Then we have a const new node, document dot get element by id new node, text area for entering the node content. Then we have a const nodes container, document dot get element by id nodes container, div where all nodes will be displayed, right? Then we have a const theme toggle, document dot get element by id theme toggle, button to switch between light and dark themes. Let editing node index is equal to null, keeps track of the index of the node being edited if any, right? Then we have to loading saved nodes on page loads. So window dot add event listener load. When the page loads, it retrieves the saved nodes from the local storage. Window dot add event listener load. Then we have the arrow function const saved node is equal to json dot parse local storage dot get item nodes. Fetches saved nodes if any from local storage. If there are no nodes, it return an empty array. Then we have the saved nodes dot for each node index create node element node index. For each saved node, a visual element node card is created and added to the UI, right? So basically, window dot add event listen load. When the page loads, it retrieves saved node from the local storage. So and then we have a local storage dot get item nodes fetches saved nodes if any from local storage. If there are no nodes, it returns an empty array. Then we have a create node element. For each saved node, a visual element node card is created and added to the UI. Now adding or updating a node, add node button triggers the function when clicked. So if the new node text area is empty, it returns early to prevent saving an empty row. Then if editing node index is not null, the user is updating an index node, calls the update node in local storage to update the node in storage. Then reset the input field and button text using reset input, right? If node editing, it creates a new node and save it to the local storage using save nodes to local storage. So add node button dot add event listener click, const node text is equal to new node dot value. If node text dot trim equal empty, then return. Otherwise, if it is not null, update nodes in local storage node text and editing node index, reset input, create node element node text, save node to local storage, new node dot value is equal to empty. So function create node element. So create an element div and node div dot class dot add node. Then we have a const node text document dot create element pre. Node text dot text content is equal to text. Const edit button is equal to document dot create element button. Edit button dot text content is equal to edit. Edit button dot add event listener click edit node text index over get index text. Then we have a const delete button is equal to document dot create element button. Delete button dot text content is equal to delete. Delete button dot add event listener click. Then we have arrow function node div dot remove delete node from local storage. node div dot append child node text, node div dot append child edit button, node div dot append child delete button. Then we have nodes container dot append child node div. Creates a visual node element with text displayed using a pre tag element to preserve formatting. Then we have an edit button to allow the modifying the node, and then we have a delete button to remove the node from the UI and local storage. Node editing: if the user clicks the edit button, the node is loaded into the input field for editing. Now similarly for the node deletion, the delete button removes the node from the UI and storage. Now saving a new node to local storage, function is equal to save node to local storage node, const node is equal to json.parse local storage dot get item nodes or empty array. Then we have a nodes dot push node, local storage dot set item nodes json dot stringify nodes. So fetches the existing nodes from the local storage, adds the new node to the array, updates the local storage with the new array, right? Then we have updating an existing node, function update node in local storage, new text index const nodes is equal to json.parse local storage dot get item nodes, nodes index is equal to new text. Then we have a local storage dot set items nodes, json dot stringify nodes. So updates the specified nodes in the local storage. Now refreshes the UI by clearing and recreating all nodes. Node container dot inner HTML is equal to empty. Then we have node dot for each node I, creating node element node I, editing node index is equal to null. So basically it resets the editing state by setting editing node index to null. Now deleting a node from the local storage, filter out the deleted nodes from the nodes array. So function delete nodes from local storage node. Then we have a const nodes is equal to json.parse local storage dot get item nodes or empty array. Then we have a const updated nodes is equal to nodes dot filter, n is not equal to node, and then local storage dot set item nodes json dot stringify updated nodes. So updates the local storage with the modified array. And then we have editing a node, load the selected node to the input field. Then we have to track the node index using editing node index for future updates. So function edit node text index new node dot value is equal to text. So load the node into the input field. Then we have a editing node index is equal to index, drag the index for update. Then we have a add node button dot text content is equal to update node is equal to change the button text, right? Then we have a helper function to get node index. So function get node index const nodes is equal to json dot parse local storage dot get item nodes, returns nodes dot index of text. Then we have resetting the input and button text. So function reset input new node dot value is equal to empty. Then we have a add node button dot text content is equal to add node. So clears the input fields and resets the button to text to add node. So let's just test the functionality. Let me close this one and add a node. So it is not adding. Let me just check. So there is an error, and let me just click on this one. So we have mistakenly typed node div instead of node container. So type nodes container dot append child node div, and now we just add a node and it is added successfully. So edit and delete. Let me check the delete functionality. It is working fine. Now when we click on edit, there is an error. So click on this one, and so we have type index of. So instead of small o, we have to write index capital O F. So index capital O F instead of small o. So now edit button is also working. JavaScript and update now, and it is working. Then we have to add the theme toggle dark light mode. So toggles the dark mode class on the body. Theme toggle dot add event listener click. Then we have an arrow function. Document dot body dot class list dot toggle dark. And then we changes the theme button icon based on the current mode. So theme toggle dot text content. Document dot body dot class list dot contain dark. If it is, then we have the sun icon. Then we have the moon emoji, right? So our project is now done. Congratulations, you have successfully created the Notes app using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. I hope you have learned a lot from these projects. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. So that's it for this video, and I will see you in my next video.